Dear students, please open your textbook before you start listening. Underline important lines and mark difficult words. Use earphone or headphone for full concentration. Happy listening and happy learning. Page number 123. 7.3 Hormones in animals. How are such chemical or hormonal means of information transmission used in animals? What do some animals, for instance squirrels, experience when they are in a scary situation? Their bodies have to prepare for either fighting or running away. Both are very complicated activities that will use a great deal of energy in controlled ways. Many different tissue types will be used and their activities integrated together in these actions. However, the two alternate activities, fighting or running, are also quite different. So, here is a situation in which some common preparations can be usefully made in the body. These preparations should ideally make it easier to do either activity in the near future. How would this be achieved? If the body design in the squirrel relied only on electrical impulses via nerve cell, the range of tissues instructed to prepare for the coming activity would be limited. On the other hand, if a chemical signal were to be sent as well, it would reach all cells of the body and provide the wide-ranging changes needed. This is done in many animals, including human beings, using a hormone called adrenaline that is secreted from the adrenal gland. Look at figure 7.7 to locate these glands. Adrenaline is secreted directly into the blood and carried to different parts of the body. The target organ or the specific tissues on which it acts include the heart. As a result, the heart beats faster, resulting in supply of more oxygen to our muscle. The blood to the digestive system and skin is reduced due to contraction of muscle around small arteries in these organs. This diverts the blood to our skeletal muscle. The breathing rate also increases because of the contraction of the diaphragm and the rib muscle. All these responses together enable the animal body to be ready to deal with the situation. Such animal hormones are part of the endocrine system, which constitutes a second way of control and coordination in our body. Activity 7.3. Look at figure 7.7. Identify the endocrine gland mentioned in the figure. Some of these glands have been listed in table 7.1 and discussed in the text. Consult book in the library and discuss with your teachers to find out about other glands. Remember that plants have hormones that control their directional growth. What functions do animal hormones perform? On the face of it, we cannot imagine their role in the directional growth. We have never seen an animal growing more in one direction or the other, depending on light or gravity. But if we think about it a bit more, it will become evident that even in animal bodies, growth happens in carefully controlled places. Plants will grow leaves in many places on the plant body, for example, but we do not grow fingers on our faces. The design of the body is carefully maintained even during the growth of the children. Page 124. Figure 7.7. Endocrine glands in human being. A. Male. B. Female. See on the screen please, on this page only. Let us examine some examples to understand how hormones help in coordinated growth. We have all seen salt packets which say iodized salt or enriched with iodine. Why is it important for us to have iodized salt in our diet? Iodine is necessary for the thyroid gland to make thyroxine hormone. Thyroxine regulates carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism in the body so as to provide the best balance for growth. Iodine is essential for the synthesis of thyroxine. In case iodine is deficient in our diet, there is a possibility that we might suffer from goiter. One of the symptoms in this disease is a swollen neck. Can you correlate this with the position of the thyroid gland in figure 7.7? Sometimes we come across people who are either very short, dwarfs, or extremely tall, giants. Have you ever wondered how this happens? Growth hormone is one of the hormones secreted by the pituitary. As its name indicates, growth hormone regulates growth and development of the body. If there is a deficiency of this hormone in childhood, it leads to dwarfism. You must have noticed many dramatic changes in your appearance as well as that of your friend as you approach 10 to 12 years of age. These changes associated with puberty are because of the secretion of testosterone in males and estrogen in females. Do you know anyone in your family or friends who has been advised by the doctor to take less sugar in their diet because they are suffering from diabetes? As a treatment, they might be taking injections of insulin. This is a hormone which is produced by the pancreas and help in regulating blood sugar level. If it is not secreted in proper amounts, the sugar level in the blood rises, causing many harmful effects. Do you know? Hypothalamus plays an important role in the release of many hormones. For example, when the level of growth hormone is low, the hypothalamus releases growth hormone releasing factor which stimulates the pituitary gland to release growth hormone. Page number 125. If it is so important that hormones should be secreted in precise quantities, we need a mechanism through which this is done. The timing and amount of hormone released are regulated by feedback mechanisms. For example, if the sugar level in blood rise, they are detected by the cells of the pancreas which respond by producing more insulin. As the blood sugar level falls, insulin secretion is reduced. Activity 7.4. Hormones are secreted by endocrine gland and have specific functions. Complete table 7.1 based on the hormone, the endocrine gland or the functions provided. Table 7.1. Some important hormones and their functions. It's described as one in 4 columns. Please see on the page number 125 on the screen. Questions. How does chemical coordination takes place in animals? Why is the use of iodized salt advisable? Next, how does our body respond when adrenaline is secreted into the blood? Next, why are some patients of diabetes treated by giving injections of insulin? What you have learned? Control and coordination are the functions of the nervous system and hormones in our bodies. Second, the responses of the nervous system can be classified as reflex action, voluntary action or involuntary action. Next, the nervous system uses electrical impulses to transmit messages. Next, the nervous system gets information from our sense organ and acts through our muscles. Next, chemical coordination is seen in both plants and animals. Next, hormones produced in one part of an organism move to another part to achieve the desired effect. Next, a feedback mechanism regulates the action of the hormones. Page number 126. Exercises. Question number 1. Which of the following is a plant hormone? A. Insulin. B. Thyroxine. C. Estrogen. D. Cytokinin. Question number 2. The gap between two neurons is called a dendrite, B. synapse, C. axon, D. impulse. Question number 3. The brain is responsible for A. Thinking, B. Regulating the heartbeat, C. Balancing the body, D. All of the above. Question number 4. What is the function of receptors in our body? Think of situations where receptors do not work properly. What problems are likely to arise? Question number 5. Draw the structure of a neuron and explain its function. Question number 6. How does phototropism occur in plant? Question 7. Which signals will get disrupted in case of a spinal cord injury? Question 8. How does chemical coordination occur in plants? Question 9. What is the need for a system of control and coordination in an organism? Question 10. How are involuntary actions and reflex actions different from each other? Question 11. Compare and contrast nervous and hormonal mechanism for control and coordination in animals. Question 12. What is the difference between the manner in which movement takes place in a sensitive plant and the movement in our legs? Thank you, students. Please listen twice for better understanding. Hope you liked the video and subscribe for upcoming videos.